People real quick. There's a lot of shit going on in the world today, man. We gotta get this shit right, man. This shot, yeah, baby.
Full of dollars, but
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna spend it on. They said we did it all, but we gon' do now.
What we gonna do now, Smoke? What we gonna
Do it all over again.
It's Johnny Wishbone and my partner over there.
Niquil cabinet in the building once again.
Closer, brother. I need you right there.
Alright.
Alright. We're uncut. We don't stop. We're going to do this and we're going to keep it going. We're up to another episode. We can't tell you the names because we don't know in what capacity we're putting those out. But we have another guest with us today.
Yes, sir.
He, ladies and gentlemen, is not a rapper. Well, he is a rapper. I would like to call him an entertainer. But where we wouldn't say we know him from the best is the world of dance. Ladies and gentlemen, from Jamaica, Queens, 89th Avenue, I've mentioned him on the introductory episode. Peekaboo is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Okay.
They gave me a bell to ring too, so.
What's going on there, brother?
What's good, Wishbone?
Alright.
My nigga Niquil, you know what it is.
Okay.
East Elmhurst in the building, Southside Jamaica Queen in the building,
Yes.
88th in the building.
88th Avenue.
You know what it is, double or nothing.
Alright. So, sir, let's start it. You know we're good friends. Everybody here is well acquainted. We went to school with each other. I've known you for over 20 years.
Yes, sir.
We've worked together. You've never done me anything wrong.
Yes, sir.
So we invited you up here.
I am just in awe of my brothers. You know, it's different when you see your brothers doing their thing, and then I get this invite. I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah. You know.
Well, you know, don't act like you don't get the invites from me. You were in my comeback video. Clap it up.
All day. Never
Yeah,
that. I'm
so
just.
Can we talk about that?
It's just a good feeling to be around your bros. You know, when you be around a lot of other things and, you know, different situations, and you know, you're like, okay, I'm going to deal with it. You know, I got bros and families I built all over, but none of this would have been possible without knowing y'all.
All right.
You know that, right?
That's what's up.
Yes,
You got to
sir.
put a seed in the ground to grow a root, so.
All right. Nice. Let's talk.
Well, you know, I got a couple of questions from my man Peek over there.
Because wait, before you go, like,
Yes, sir.
we got a lot of aspects we can talk to him about. We can talk to him about dance. We can talk to him about the groups he was in.
Let's do it in a time situation.
Right. We can talk to him about artists that he danced
All right,
for.
so since we got half and half, you know, we're going to take our ultimate smoke break.
Yeah, of
I
course.
think we should go start from the beginning.
From the beginning.
And then we take it, you know, fast forward on the second part.
I'm
fast
here.
forward to what's up and current, you know, and stuff like that.
All right.
Misfits in the building.
All right, shout out to the Misfits one time.
Yes, sir.
So, Pete, let's go all the way back. Let's go back to 1988.
Ooh, good year.
1988.
Good year.
This is when we were doing a lot of things. What were you doing? Tell the people what you were doing back in 1988
Oh,
that might
God.
not be familiar with the Peekaboo.
Well, my story goes into a lot of different stuff. You know, I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, which is the beginning, not South Road, but 88th Avenue, which is like Sufton and 1 block from Hillside. So, you know, as I grew up, I'm originally from North Carolina. A lot of people probably didn't know that, but I'm a country boy. That's why when I grew up, where I grew up at on my block, we had a lot of booze, and I was country boo.
All right.
I actually, you know,
I remember that.
yeah.
I remember that.
I actually, how everything built up for me even getting with the hearse and the Corona Squad was, I got sent down south because I was wild in junior high school, you know, transition to high school. Make a long story short, I ran into Steve, who I saw, and I was like, yo, I know that dude. And I couldn't place where I knew him because I was young.
And this is Steve Azo we're talking about.
Oh, yes. The one and only, the boy wonder.
Okay.
Meeting him, and then a couple months before that, Heavy D them had came down. I worked at a nightclub. I was a young kid trying to get on. And then I started seeing all the Right On magazines and all the people like Stretch dancing. And you know, I'm like, I gotta get back home. Make a long story short, I get back home. Lo and behold, the whole East Elmhurst Corona, you know, young crew that had all the talent that was gonna be the next ones, all went to the high school that was down the block from my house. So with that being happening, that opened that door. I met everybody. We became semi-cool. And that was like, what, 80, Probably 88. That was it. Because I came back in the middle of the high school year.
So let's break it down a little bit.
Go.
Hillcrest High School is where we met.
Yeah.
And you two, Niquil, right?
Yeah, once again, Hillcrest High School.
Yes, shout out Hillcrest High School one time.
Okay.
One time. Before it went crazy.
Around the time, like I said, at that time, I met Tybo too in those 80s, about that time.
Yeah,
right?
Southside. He from Southside.
I'm Hollis, Queens, but
Hollis,
you know.
excuse me.
Yeah, but let's just
You know,
be honest. We got to give Hollis their props, but at the time of knowing Jamaica and the Avenue and that area, because no matter what school you went to in Hollis, Queens, your ass took the bus to come all the way to Jamaica Avenue to stand up there, to hang out, to meet all the other schools that actually had to come that way to get back to their destination.
That's right.
So, I respect all Queens, and Hollis is definitely, legendary.
So
But
let's continue, because
we got a lot of things to talk about.
start throwing something in Tybo's Kitchen's way, it just throws the whole interview to somewhere else.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay, so now, dance is what we're doing at this time.
Oh, God.
Heavy.
88 though.
I remember
Okay.
In the hallway, Peekaboo,
Radia,
my sister. You guys inspired me to dance.
My sister.
You inspired me to dance. I got rhythm anyway.
Shout
I was
out
always
to
dancing.
Shout out to
Shout out
Radia.
there.
Venus,
Kim,
Cam,
and Erin.
Aaron, that's right.
That's right. Follow all.
Who
I
are
have
great
all of
mothers
them.
and great women.
I have all of them.
and great
What was
leaders.
the name of the dancers?
Four something.
I don't remember. What was it?
Something four.
We'll remember before the end of the show.
We will, Radia, I
True
promise.
Story. True story.
I don't remember
Okay,
a lot of stuff.
So I remember those. You guys got busy in the hallways by the lunchroom.
She
And
called
then-
me out.
And then, yeah, that was ill. I was there for that.
She said, yo, you.
That was when I said, yo.
She didn't believe it.
Tell the story. True story.
True story.
What happened?
Well, it was like,
Well-
see, it's such a blur for me. Come on, people. You got so many.
But let me just tell my
Go
version.
ahead.
A part of it was the fact that I was like a new person in the mix
Yeah.
of the school
Yeah.
and the affiliation with Idol Makers.
Yeah.
That hadn't happened officially yet.
Nah,
but
it just started.
But no, we hadn't did nothing yet. But
You didn't do nothing.
I was just meeting everybody.
Steve, you started fucking with the crew. You started fucking with the crew.
So I was being introduced like in a cool environment to see what I was and was I on the level. And Niquil don't dance or rap, but Niquil was a big part of it. He knows.
But so let me ask
I'm
you
gonna
this.
tell you my part.
Can we say this?
Yeah.
Steve saw how ill you was and said, I gotta fuck with this guy. We gotta fuck with him.
Basically.
But not when we were down south. Not when we were down south. He was looking at me like this, suspicious. I said, wait, you know people from 88 because he said he went to Hillcrest. He was like,
Steve, here it go. Steve came to me and said, listen, this cat want to be like, coming, put him down in the crew to come down to East Elmhurst for me to basically co-sign him. So I was like, all right, I'll put one eye on him and see what's what. So
yeah.
Pika and I had a class together in Hillcrest High School.
Did you
in
go?
math class.
Did you go?
Pika was cheating off of me.
He's a liar.
Don't get it twisted. Back then, when I was trying to do my thing,
Right.
I was damn near like an A student.
Oh my
Until I
God.
went left. Until I started fucking with niggas like Pika and shit.
Oh shit.
I ain't gonna say it like that, but fucking with 88th Ave. Shout out to
Puck.
them. You know what
Shout
I'm saying?
out to Puck.
Yeah, the Puck and all.
And Big Val.
Do you
Big
hear
Val,
this shit?
Yeah.
Niquil, you are the biggest menace of everyone's high school years.
Oh yeah, I definitely was.
Turned everybody
You know what I'm
cool.
saying?
I started putting mustard and ketchup on the banisters because of that.
Yo,
With Pika, what I saw was he definitely could do his thing as far as dancing. So when I co-signed him and said, he definitely could do his thing, especially, just on a whim, on a regular day, on a Hillcrest day. One day we went down there to Queens Coliseum, where we usually go, and these guys dared us. They dared me to drink a whole 40 straight up down, and I did that. And they paid me money because I went against another guy and I did that. Then they went into dancing and they betted that Pika couldn't take out this guy dancing. And I was like, don't do it. Pika's going to burn him. And they didn't want to listen to me.
So wait, do you remember the guy's name?
I
no.
wish I could remember the guy's
Do
name.
you remember the guy's name?
Maybe by the end of the show we'll figure out the guy's
He
name.
knows
But
exactly who it is.
I
You see
plead the
look on his
fifth.
face? He knows who it is.
He know who it is.
I know who it
This is the True
But
Story podcast, brother.
I know
Yo,
who it
check
is,
this
but I'm not
out.
gonna say it.
Check this out. All I know
Was it
is
Dancing Mike?
all I know is one move that Pika put on him was he physically put his leg above his head and landed straight into a fucking split. And
Okay.
Game
That's it. Let's
over.
go.
Shout out to
Game over.
Oh my God.
Youngins hear this like
On concrete.
battle days was really difficult.
Yeah.
You know, I know that style has progressed in dance, but battling is where I came from. I come from USA skating rink. I come from where we skate for a couple hours and we get it popping. And
Yeah, niggas would skate for a little while and then it was straight to dance.
it was straight to dancing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was the only Queens dancers and because you know we all know each other from the jams at the park.
Right.
Whether if it was Vic, Supreme, the Twins, it didn't matter.
Hold on. You gotta mention Fantasy, the Wishbone. Come on, can we?
All right, but this is we didn't get to the club yet.
Okay, I'm sorry,
we're not in the club
sorry,
yet.
Sorry, I'll take one belt.
But at the same time, all the Queens dancers hated me for some reason,
Yeah.
and I mean all except one.
Who?
Well, two. I apologize.
Who?
Dancer Mike, who was my boy for a minute. He switched teams later.
Mm-hmm. I want
And
to tell a story about that guy. in a
and
minute.
my nigga Rico. Rico never switched teams. Rico was the young nigga because we was talking about the WAP days before we got to the freestyle. Rico was that nigga. He was nice and we always had love and respect. They wanted us to battle, but we never did because Rico, you know,
Whatever happened to Stretch? And not Stretch with the missing tube. Stretch that used to dance for Guy. Wasn't that his name?
Guy Stretch.
Wasn't that his name?
You mean Shake?
Shake? Sorry, Shake.
Shakes in Germany.
Shake. So only Shake one time.
Yeah,
Salute that guy.
my nigga. He's in Germany doing
So
that.
now, let's forward. Let's go forward now.
Go.
That was the battle days. Now, let's go to your down with idol makers.
Oh.
We all were down with idol makers.
I want to say one thing, and I always say this, that my time with idol makers was like college.
Let's explain to people what idol makers were. Could you explain that to the people, Niquil?
Idol Makers was like I would want to say like an independent label back then, or
It was a management.
Management.
It was management, but they consisted much more of management because everyone was in house.
Who was idol makers? Groups?
The original groups were Salt and Pepper,
Mhm.
Dana Dane,
Yes.
Sweet Tea,
Mhm.
Kid and Play.
Right.
Oh, even y'all forgot about Yvette, the girl. What's her name? The rapper girl that didn't last long. Antoinette was a part of that because she came a part of the deal. Remember?
she was nasty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She just had a nasty
Then you
attitude.
had, that was the name of the song. The guy has it.
Yeah. And we built so many groups after that didn't even come out. What about Alpha and Omega? Who's crazy. Like, that's something I always want to talk about. But anyway, I don't know, like, you know, it was just a family and like you had to earn your spot, nigga. It was like you had to show that you was about it. You were aggressive. It was like an MTV internship for the first little couple of months. But I learned from my brothers, and my brothers are definitely, you know, the Footstep crew and the Hearst crew. Niquil was a big teacher for me because I had to learn how to be innovative, not just in dancing, but in movement around Herbie. You know what it was, you know, and a lot of things, how to show and not do things overboard. I fucked up a lot of times too, you know, but I learned a lot. Cheryl was a big part of me learning.
Cheryl meaning Salt.
Yes.
Okay.
Salt was a big part of me learning.
Let's salute Salt and Pepper one time.
All day. All day. Kid and Play was spend all day.
Shout
Kid and Play was a big part of me learning because they taught me the business. Jeff Christie,
Yeah, shout out Big Jeff.
you know, Jeff was there. Prince, you know, even though he thought I was trying to take his spot, but I wasn't, you know.
Not the real Prince.
No, not the real Prince.
Not the real Prince.
His second cousin from another mother. I don't know. I just the learnage.
If anybody doesn't know Prince, if you saw a picture of him, you will understand what Pika just meant by what he said. Salute that.
But salute that.
Right.
And I think that a big part of my young years, you know, with Idol Makers was a big part. I can, you know, we all felt ourselves when we were young and thought we were building something, but at the same time, I respect my lineage. You know, I made it and understand it then, but I slowly supreme it now. I mean, I go to other countries and people's mothers and father takes pictures of me and they give me gifts that they made and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I just came back from Japan and the kids that I taught that were youngins, they parents took the class with them.
Alright.
Nobody told me about it. I'm like, oh, this how this works. And like it's like some humbling shit, man. Like as much as I love hip hop and I do and I fight for it and I talk about it, you know, and I get my lineage through my time in this game, but at the same time.
So wait a minute, time out.
You know, it's humbling.
This guy just say he came back from Japan?
Yeah, I wanted to get into
salute this guy right here. He just came back from Japan, please. Please.
I've been going to Japan since '91, so it's nothing new.
Listen,
I just haven't been recently.
The furthest I've been is Paris.
Well, that's a good place to go.
Pick me up for going to
Paris. Go to Paris.
Shout out Glam. Shout out my brother Glam. He pulled that off. And shout out Glaze for infiltrating the trip and coming down there 1 week into the trip.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out Glaze.
Glaze all day. Okay. Footsteps all day.
Mm-hmm. So now, as we continue in this journey through the Peekaboo steps, where are we at now? We were in Hillcrest. We went to. Let's go to the groups. Because we were in a group together. Let's start.
All right, but let's start with how all the time I was dancing and choreographing. You know, Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play, all of these things. Kwame,
you know, he was
choreographing all these videos.
Yes.
And you know, they try to hire white people. I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
I'm sorry for missing that question, brother.
Yeah.
What was some of the videos that you did?
My first video, and I don't consider I choreographed it because we all participated in that. Steve, the girls, Radia, everybody.
Let me guess. Can I guess?
What?
Was it Getting Funky?
No, Shake Your Thing.
Okay.
Shake Your Thing was my first video. I did it. I spent the night at the house. We did it the next day. I didn't even get a haircut. It wasn't even that fly. Nobody cared about shit like that back then.
No, in that video, had the flip up little small cap.
Right.
Little small caps.
We didn't have the shit. I don't remember no hats in that video. I mean, Getting Funky didn't come till later. You got it's mad later.
I'm sorry, bro.
That was the first video. Then we did. I remember the next major video was Get Up, which I was a little upset about because we was doing this whole West Side Story thing, and I said, you know,
shout out Buckham, man. He was in that.
A lot of people don't know, but you know, like before I got into while I was young kid, you know, I danced Alvin Ailey Second Squad. Like I've danced modern ballet, jazz. I've done all that as a kid. Dance was my life. I wanted to do Broadway, but when hip hop changed from we did the WAP for like 10 years, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But when hip hop changed and it got me into a level where I could, you know, really be free and not worry about the lines, because, you know, real dancing is about the lines. It pulled me in. You know, I love hip hop. It was what it was. You know.
Let's applaud hip hop. Okay.
And this is before the golden era. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's what I wanted to be about. I think it made me a better dancer. House did too, of course. But moving on, my point is the story is saying this. I've choreographed Shake Your Thing if you want to be real.
All right.
Get Up.
Get Up.
Mostly all the Kid and Play's videos that had any dancing in them when they even dance. Yeah, because nobody really danced.
Was my favorite.
Except when Radia them danced, they choreographed their own routines, and that's real talk. And you know, I also was there for them if they needed me to help with new moves. But
what
that's
was
it.
the other girl group that was in that video? The girl had the blonde
hi hat.
That's right.
Nadine, Swatch, and a little bit.
We must shout out all the dancers.
Yes. Well, you know. Nadine's done well for herself. She's choreographed crazy stuff. You know, she left the squad, went to Cali, and was like, P, you need to come with me. I didn't want to go because I was scared. Like, how I'm going to move to Cali? I don't know nobody there. And look what I gave up, you know. But that's my girl. I love her. She's BK all day.
Right.
And she took her dancing to the next level and fought for it. You got to fight for what you want in this game as a dancer and a choreographer because nobody's giving you nothing.
And
when
Jennifer,
we would go
don't forget
audition
about
for
Jennifer.
commercials or big time, you know, productions, they would call us street dancers.
Right.
You know, like what? Now, if you look at choreography in mainstream commercial, TV, whatever, hip hop is the main choreography, even mixed with modern, you know? And it's like, because they can't be relevant if they're doing ball chain, step, kick, learn, turn. You know, it's you have to put some of the shit that's going on. So that's how they steal. But they can't steal because the international community of hip hop in general respects the originality of the name, so that's what it is. I don't get these titles because I did something. I get these titles for the work I've done.
Okay.
In the club.
Be clear.
And the growth of dance and freestyle hip hop. Okay. You can call it whatever name you want to call it. This is for the millennials. At the end of the day, you can't rename something.
Wait, what's a millennial?
A millennial is the new generation that exists.
Okay.
You're Generation X.
I just learned some new shit. I gotta ask questions.
The millennials is the generation now that likes Little Boat, Yachty, Little Boat, Little Cap Gun, Buckwheat's brother.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what's that other nigga name that got a fucked up face? All these niggas that rap like they really saying something.
The
mumble rappers.
What did Meek the Exotic say they were? Disgusting.
Disgusting.
And despicable.
So that's my point.
Over and over again.
Like that? Okay.
CB, Queens get the money. Queens get the money down.
Yes.
Queens get the money. Queens get the money down.
That's my shit.
Queens get the money. Queens get the money down.
Yes, I like that shit.
We got the greatest entertainers, the Peekaboo in the building, and we're gonna surprise them with something that I found. Let's play it real quick.
Relax. Words elude me. Fucking exclude me. Let me walk around in this motherfucker sleep and she. Ha.
Okay.
Alright.
Salute that guy.
That's what's up.
That's that mysterious Misfits joint right there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Let's get this cracking. Let's make sure we write it here.
Where can we hear that at? Where can we hear that at?
It's on YouTube. It's on everything. What's the other thing they got with music that they be talking about?
Spotify, one of those?
Spotify, Tidal.
Okay.
It's like on everything. Like.
All right, so let's go to. I remember seeing you in a lot of Kwame videos. Yeah.
Yes, I was a member of New Beginning.
Let's talk about it. So you were around about the time R.I.P. to my brother B Flat. You were down at that time of the game.
I was in the beginning of everything when he got his deal, and you know we had made some agreements that didn't go right, and then he had to come on home to Papa. You know that show wasn't right. My job in the industry at that time was I could make a show. I could take what you wanted to do and put the visual together. That's called artistic direction. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that I had that title at the time because I was like, what, 17, 18. We all was young, but Kay was a good dude. He just, he just had his way, and that's what it was. I never had no problems with doing business with him. He always took good care of me in my time. We just went through a little road of a situation of how we planned to do things in the beginning and then how they ended up.
Okay, well, before you get to how it ended up, let's salute my guy Kwame once.
Kwame all day. And I fucked with the polka dots.
Because he hit me today. He will
He's
be
still my
on
brother
the
all
True Story
day.
podcast.
Respect K, but you know I ain't got no.
Okay, so continue on with the story. What anything bother you? What bothered
the only thing that bothered me right now, through all the shit I've been through in life with everybody, brothers go through shit. You argue, you fight, you get over it. You
talk to the mic a little closer.
Oh, I'm sorry. But the only thing I got a problem with is the whole VH1. What's it? True Story.
Unsung. No,
Unsung.
We are the only true story.
Oh my bad. I'm trying to steal that shit. The unsung version. I didn't actually see everything, but people sent me versions of it, and I seen the pieces I needed to see. And I
saw it. You weren't in it.
I just have a problem why I couldn't get interviewed to tell my story. It's like, oh, we don't need Peek. Peek might tell too much. Like, wow. And it's not an unsung then, right? But the one version that I had a problem with was the story of Tasha and his situation with his women,
Tasha was the singer.
Yeah, of Only You, which was my group mate. And in that story of him revealing of finding out that him and Tasha had a relationship or whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck was going on, which I need everybody to understand something. I had no idea. I had no idea that him and Tasha was messing around, nor did I care to know. All right? And what happened was an innocent prank because where we come from in East Elmhurst, Corona,
Yes,
what do we do?
That's all we do.
We prank all day. That's what we do.
True
Since we were
story.
kids,
True story.
since life, ain't no rules in this shit. It is what it is.
Right.
But finding out the hotel we was in had a balcony that connected all our rooms, I went to Tasha's room and I scared Tasha. When I scared her, we laughed. I said, come on, let's go scare Kwame. And then we was going to scare Drew and everybody else. But that didn't happen because when we went to scare Kwame, something else was going on and then something else happened. I ain't gonna get into all that because that, you know, you can read between the lines of what that was. But the problem was to put it on TV and make it seem like, oh, my boy snitched. Your boy snitched on what? How can I snitch on something I have no idea? First of all, we grown. Let's keep two things straight. I'm not really caring about who the next nigga fucking anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not involved in it. I'm getting my own pussy. And I ain't gotta lie like, oh, I'm Kwame's brother, because I'm clearly not, nigga. And
Let's ring a bell for him not
ring
being
a bell,
Kwame's brother. Okay.
God bless Kwame, brother.
Yeah,
But like I'm
Oh.
saying, is that, you know, niggas be lying to get into pussy and shit. You know what that is.
And wait, I didn't mean anything negative when I said that.
You know,
That's just 'cause
but
of
at the
way it
same
went down.
time,
You
no,
understand what I'm saying?
No, always
Okay.
respect, love all day. It's my brothers. But at the same time, if you're gonna tell a story, tell the truth.
Right, true story.
Tell it how it was. Innocently, me being unaware, because I was unaware of a lot of things at the time, even though maybe other people were. But if I was, and me and Tasha was close, but you know, that was their private shit. You know what I'm saying? But to paint the story like, oh, snitch, nigga. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. And let me just explain one more thing. I'm not just from Southside Jamaica, Queens. I'm from Southside Greensboro, North Carolina. So I'm Southside 50-50 plus another 50.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's just ring the bell for that shit.
Alright.
And the day that I ever got a front lie or hide, ask anybody about me in the streets, nigga. If I got something to say to you, I say it to your face. If that commence of an ass whooping, so be it. Your hands better be nice. Because believe me, mine's are.
Alright. Enough negativeness.
Story podcast featuring Johnny Wishbone and Niquil Cabinet.